So this is an interesting one that apparently helps you track your cat's litter habits, essentially, and gives you a bunch of other extra benefits we're gonna try. It goes inside of your litter box, and I'm interested to see if this works for all types of litter boxes. Obviously, automatic litter boxes it probably isn't as useful for, but it should work fine for the one I have, which is a dome style where I have the top covered. And I'm interested to try this over a few days to see if it really gives any benefits. I've never heard of something that you put in your cat's litter box. It's essentially a camera, and it's basically giving you feedback on your cat's habits when they go to the washroom, basically. Really cool design. It's like a little owl. You can see the camera right there, and then that should be like a motion lens or something like that. And then I think this is a light. I don't know for sure. Maybe for night vision. Some sort of key right there. And then you have your USB-C charging cord, and here is your mount. And you can see it's pretty adjustable. It's just 3M sticky, and then we just literally slide it on the back like that, and that's how it stays on when it's in the litter box. But we got to connect it through the app. So I think we have to hold down this button for 3 seconds. And now we can see a blue flashing light at the front, and it was just found inside the app. So we're gonna press connect here. Just connecting to our Wi-Fi. So they give you a few different types of litter box options. Mine's a fully enclosed, but they also have semi and then an open litter box style. And then they show you the best optimal angle to set it up on. So we just finished a firmware update and everything is now set up. What you can see is you can actually set your pets right here. So I have my one pet Cleo and then my other cat Caesar. They use the same litter box. It shows potty data. So we're gonna go set this up right away to check out some of these features. And then you can activate the camera right here. Give it a sec. There it is. Obviously not the best quality. This is probably like 720p, maybe HD at the best. But that's really all this is for, is just for tracking your cat. And I guess you can also creep on them now too. Do things such as take videos, take screenshots, and then also there is the built-in light. It's not super bright, but I guess if you want them to have a light at night, that's an option. So we can also keep that in mind. So let's go ahead, head up, set this up, and we're gonna track it over the next few days and see what it comes up with on our guide here. So let's get to it. So here is my closed lid litter box, and what I wanna do is place it right about here and tilt it down just a little bit so it covers pretty much the whole area. So we're gonna go ahead and take off our 3M sticky pad. I already cleaned off the surface, and we're gonna go ahead and stick it. Now, I'm doing it with the camera on because I'm gonna let it adhere to this surface here for a little bit first before I put the lid back on. So I'm gonna leave it like this. I made sure I put a decent amount of pressure down. I have the camera in what I think is a good position, but we'll double check once we have it in there. We'll come back in a little bit and we'll see how this does. So I went ahead and put the lid on, and what you can see is it's pretty much covering that whole litter box area. I think I'm gonna move it a little bit to the left here, and then we'll see how it goes. But yeah, you can see it works pretty good. It has a zoomed out enough lens where it's covering that whole area inside, and it seems to be working well. The quality actually looks pretty good inside the litter box. So we're gonna leave it and we'll let it go for a few days. We'll come back and see what the stats say. Okay, we've now been using the litter lens for a few days. It's been about 5-6 days, so it should gather some data. First thing I wanna show you is when we open this up, we can see, yes, the camera is still on there. So it sticks on really tough, and my cats did not rip it off at all, which is nice that it's a little bit tougher than I thought it would be. Now, one thing I've noticed with the app that I've really liked is I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up here. So at any point through the app, it's gonna tell you when your cat went to the washroom and even do a little video of them. So you can actually watch if you want, and it even tells you how long it took. Now, through the settings, it'll tell you a few different things. The potty time of your pet. This section will tell you if there's anything weird happening that's not normal. There's visiting time, and then there's also a lingering section. So if your cat's lingering in the litter box for a long time, it's gonna let you know as well. At any point, we can also do the real-time view, which I find a little gross, so I try to stay away from it. This is actually really useful if you want to see how full your litter box is. You can see mine needs to get changed. Now, don't judge me because I just got an automatic one, so that's why I didn't change it until now. But I do find that feature really useful if you want a reminder like, oh man, I really have to go change my litter box, but you don't want to run upstairs or maybe you're at the store to see if it needs to be changed. Well, that's going to let you know if it does. Now, it didn't recognize one of my cats, so it keeps recognizing my one cat as this one, the one that's kind of questioning right here. You can see there's a little question mark. So basically what it does is you create profiles for your cats, then it should be able to read which cat is which. But I think because the picture that I picked for this one is a little small, that might be the issue. So now when we go into the stats section, you can see it has our 2 cats profiles up here. Now how this is supposed to work is I can click on one profile and it's gonna show me the number of visits my cats have had in the litter box. And you can see I have about 5 days of data here. And I can click on either cat and it will show me the daily amount or the average amount. But for whatever reason, it doesn't seem to be recording it for my cats. Now, maybe the pictures aren't clear enough, but I do find them pretty clear, at least for Cleo. But how it's supposed to work is it'll tell you the amount of times they went, it'll start to track a baseline, and you can kind of see patterns over time, like are they going every day? Are they going twice a day? Are they going 3 times a day? And that will give you further information on if something is out of the ordinary with them. So if that feature works like it should, then it should be pretty useful. Is it useful for some people if you want a monitoring tool? Yes. Do I want to watch my cats go to the washroom? Probably not. But if you go to the vet and they need more information and they want to know, oh, was it runny, stuff like that, well, you're actually able to check the camera and see if they had any of those issues. So that's actually a really useful tool as well that I kind of thought of for this. Especially if you have multiple cats, it's hard to distinguish which cat was which if they're using the same litter box.